Wikipedia pages today.
Okay.
Pulled out some stuff that may or may not be true. You can say yes or no, fact or fiction, and elaborate if you so choose.
All right.
So, first of all, Matthew Tuck, born in Bridgend, South Wales.
True.
Okay, they do get that wrong. There you go. If you could answer this about Padge, perhaps. It said he was about 17 when he got his first guitar. He couldn't even tune the guitar for about a month. And the first song he learned was Polly by Nirvana.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
That's all 100% true.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think, well, the age is a little bit inaccurate, but the rest
Not
of
17?
it, no,
Earlier?
it's around 15.
15, okay,
Yeah, I
so
remember.
there's some fiction, so that's why we do
fiction,
it.
but yeah.
All right, so when did you get your first guitar?
I got my first guitar when I was 14.
14.
Bought it myself, yeah.
Oh wow. Do you remember the first song you learned on it?
I think the first song I played front to back was probably like Smells Like Teen Spirit.
That's like the definitive for everybody.
Yeah, I know those are fast tracks they played for.
All right. Both of my Valentine born while studying music at Bridgend College. They started by playing Nirvana and Metallica. That's very true. So, would you guys do gigs playing Nirvana and Metallica, or was that just kind of a warm-up? Did you ever do any big crowds ever, or like a decent club crowd at least? Or if they're drunk enough, sometimes that can make it says that your songwriting is personally highly influenced by Bruce Springsteen, Bob Seger, and Bob Dylan.
My songwriting isn't influenced by those guys, but I am a big fan of those guys. My favorite songs and songs.
Okay, so influence would be the correct one. I'm like Bob Dylan. Okay, so we'll say that's fiction. It said that the name change from Jeff Killed John to My Valentine was because of financial difficulties. Yeah, that doesn't sound right. So, like, financial difficulties for like a small band at the time. Why would that make you change your name? So, the name change just because of your style.
Yeah, with the Jeff Killed
Did a guy named Jeff fight a guy named John?
kind of.
Oh. Yeah, this is a kid's show. June 2007, suffered from laryngitis and had an emergency tonsillectomy. Because of this, My Valentine was forced to cancel the show supporting Metallica. Have you supported So that was that must have been a heartbreaker.
That was a big one. That one, yeah, that was really good. It was at Wembley Stadium as well.
So we need Metallica on at least a few shows. Please. This man's been through enough. Scream Aim Fire. The lyrics over the top several times is a reference to World War I trap. That's true.
The whole song is about the warfare and
Watching a lot of History Channel, reading a lot of historical texts. It says on My Valentine rewrote the lyrics and melody up to 5 times.
5 is exaggeration, I think 3 is more accurate.
Okay, so
There was multiple versions and writing sessions on multiple songs. Yeah.
So was this kind of while you were recording or during the writing process that you just kept on?
Mainly the recording process, you know,
Okay.
because until you start putting it down for real with a producer, things can evolve and take shape. And that was the first time we worked with a guy called Don Gilmore.
Okay.
And he was a bit of a heartbreaker to the rest of stuff, which I've never had before. So he was just kind of pushing me to do that.
So how did that kind of pressure shape you?
It's nice at the time, but I didn't really quite apply myself. I've had all the success previously.
It says that you recorded most of the guitar and bass parts on Temper's album.
I record all the guitar parts and all the bass parts for every album.
Every album? I don't think it says that on Wikipedia, so I don't get the credit there. You don't get the credit. So why record the bass parts?
Because of the way I write the guitar parts, to get someone else to play the bass parts is just kind of unnecessary. And it's tight to the same right hand, just play the same rhythm. It just comes down to speed and efficiency in the studio.
Last one for you. It says Bullet for My Valentine recorded an album with Pantera producer Gary.
I wouldn't say we always record an album, but one of the producers who certain records we have is Terry. He was the go-to guy on this. So yeah, so everything great guy. Whatever reason, decided to do it again, but you know, maybe something in the future. No, you know, depends where our heads are, recording, but we want to take the band music.
Thank you so much, man, for giving me your time. Matt, My Valentine.
Hello, kitties. I'm Alice Cooper, and I'm on Loudwire. And you better watch because I know where you live. Yeah, Manson got that one from me.
Hey everyone, Graham from Loudwire here, and I'm here with the one and only Alice Cooper. I am not worthy. Thank you so much.
You are worthy.
Oh, please. So, this is Wikipedia fact or fiction. I went on Wikipedia today. I was on some stuff that may be true, may be false. Let me know.
Okay, good.
I'm ready. Okay, fine. So, because we can check everybody. Your birth name is Vincent Damon Fernier, born in Detroit.
Exactly right.
Okay, exactly.
I'm proud of Detroit.
Of course, they do get that right. It says on Wikipedia, at 16 years old, you gathered 4 fellow cross-country teammates to form your high school talent show. You dressed up in costumes and wigs to resemble the Beatles and performed several Beatles parodies with the lyrics modified to refer to the tracks.
Absolutely. We were state champions.
Wow.
72 and 0 in cross country. I was a 440 miler. I would have been number 1 at any other school. I was number 7 at our school. We had kids running 410, 412. So we were just killing it. Still in the football game to save our life. But the cross country team was monstrous. So I was basically Ferris Bueller. I had the jocks covered. And then we were in a high school band that was the number 1 band in Phoenix, playing at the number 1 club. So I had the rockers covered. Nobody was out to beat me up because I had all the bases covered.
Anyone ever paint your name on a water tower or anything like that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the Spiders. We were the Spiders. Our track uniforms were black with red stripes. And every team in Arizona was terrified of us because they would be out stretching, getting ready. We put bells, people bells on it. And all of a sudden, all you hear is we all came out of the and everybody was all this black. And it was just like, I know none of this was going to hold you. But somehow that was part of was that sort of horror, mock horror, rock and roll. Yeah, somehow or another.
So did that guillotine belong to cross country?
Emmett Smith, not the Emmett Smith who played for Dallas Cowboys. This Emmett Smith was a Mormon elder. And in order to get on the team, you had to beat him in a 3-mile run. And he was good. And I beat him the first time. And so we were all his journalism class also. As Glenn and myself were all in the journalism class. We were the earwigs. The principal of the school and the vice principal were both Mormon elders. Your hair would have been too long. We'd walk by and Mr. Bennett was coming. Mr. Smith would pull us into the room and put us in the closet and say, stay here. And he'd come in. Are they in here? You know. No. Wow. But then I got kicked out 7 times my senior year. My hair. Still graduating now.
So you get kicked out for the hair, but he's allowed to be working.
They put you in the guillotine. You had to stay there for like 10 minutes. You know, girls, guys, what I do, that was just part of the fun of the journalism class. You know, the guillotine was getting cartoon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't a problem. Later, we made it into a real...
Any watermelon slave?
No. Okay. But the blade that I use tonight on stage is a 40-pound blade. And it misses me by that much every night.
I do not doubt that. It says that in your high school yearbook, your ambition was to be
I said that, and we, like I said, the band was just starting to play at like clubs, and we were the best club band around. We definitely were the best club band. And to me, I said the next thing is to make our own record. We started to be one of these bands that we see on Hullabaloo and shit. But why not? Why can't we? You know. And that was it. You know, of course, you always say I want to win the Academy Award. I want to, play center field for the Detroit Tigers or something. And those things never come true. What else do?
the audition for Frank Zappa record. It says, he told me to come to his house at 7 o'clock and the band mistakenly assumed it was 7 in the morning. And then for him being woken up by a band willing to play that particular brand of psychedelic rock at 7 a.m. impressed him enough to sign you to a 3-album deal.
We were in Chrome. I had blonde hair down to here with the makeup all over, and we were doing these songs that were so bizarre. First of all, we were also art majors.
Sure.
So Dali was a big factor in what we did. West Side Story was. There was a lot of weird little factors. James Bond things were in there somewhat. And we would do like, there were 6 songs that were 2 minutes or under, and then with 35 changes in it. It didn't make any sense at all. It didn't go in any order. It just ended. And Frank's sitting there listening, and he goes, "I don't get it."
Wow, Frank didn't care.
And I said, "Is that good?" And he goes, "Oh, I'm going to sign you because I don't get it." He said, "Where are you guys from, San Francisco?" And I went, "No, I'm from Phoenix." He goes, "No, I really don't get it. You know, what, Phoenix?"
To blow his mind, wow, what an amazing feeling. How cool. It says in the United Kingdom, Mary Whitehouse, a Christian morality campaigner, persuaded the BBC to ban the video for Schools Out, although the campaign did not prevent the single from reaching #1, and you sent her a bunch of flowers in gratitude for the publicity.
Absolutely. And
That's true.
we realized very early in the career, especially Shep Gordon, that the more people hated us, the more the kids loved us. There was no internet. Everything was based on urban legend. So by the time the rumors got to England, it was so blown out of proportion that Mary Whitehouse and Leo Addison decided that they were going to be the moral conscience of what they didn't understand is it was just like the PMRC.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to put this PMRC label so kids won't buy this. You couldn't put anything better on a record if you didn't want kids to buy it than that. And as soon as they started, the British public, even the adults said, how dare you tell us what we can see and what we can't see? You know, who are you to tell us this? And we went right to #1, sold every ticket out at Wembley. And I sent him cigars and sent her flowers. And we did all the great Hollywood publicity stunts in London. And they loved it. They got it. They got the idea that we stalled a truck in Piccadilly on rush hour on a Friday with a naked picture of Alice Cooper except for a Vulcan strip covering the wall. And the great thing about it was we didn't get arrested. We didn't get anything because they liked it. Good on you for doing that, you know, for doing something that ridiculous to us, you know. So the British public became our biggest ally before I knew it.
It says on Wikipedia that you own one of the O's of the famous Hollywood cigars.
I own it. And the reason was because it was the 75th anniversary of Hollywood. And the Hollywood sign was up there falling as the building. We went to the Chamber of Commerce and said, how much is each letter? Each letter was $27,000. And I said, okay, Groucho Marx just died. Groucho was one of my best friends. And I said, well, it's the 75th anniversary. We want to buy the boat for Groucho, for Groucho. I said, that boat belongs to Groucho. I said, and we'll pay $27,000 to do the O. So the O is going to be perfect. Even if the other side is falling off, the letters are falling off. As soon as we did the publicity thing, another publicity stunt, and Carlos and Charlie, you have to hear about the age. Gene Autry bought a letter. Spielberg bought a letter. Because they're part of it. That's what they made their money. And they looked at the sign going, it's a disgrace. 75th anniversary. Alice bought the old Groucho. Everybody then bought it. And they redid the sign. But I still own the letter.
In 1987, you almost died of asphyxiation after a safety rope broke during a concert stunt in New York City.
Well, we did the hanging all the time, and in order to do the hanging, you had to do it correctly because all the guys from Hollywood showed us how to do it. You know, if you're going to do it, you really make it look right. When you go up to the gallows, the real gallows, the brain goes down, the brain down. What you don't see is the piano wire down the back of the rope. That is 1 inch shorter than the rope. So when you fall through the thing, it stops you before the rope hits you, but it will stop you. Every night, right there. And it makes you release with your hand. That's the thing. Well, after doing it 100 times, it's fine. It works every night. In rehearsal in London, there's coming on a show every rehearsal. So that was never thought that maybe the piano wire might start getting a little bit old. Yeah. And snap. And as soon as I heard that snap, your self-preservation was I felt the thing. As soon as I felt it, more pressure than it should be, I snapped my head back and well, like that. If I would have had like a Jay Leno chin, it would have popped and it would have been really bad. But as soon as I put my head up and it slipped up, it burned me pretty good. The rope burned me pretty good. And I did get knocked out when I went down through the floor because I dropped 8 feet, you know, and just boom, you know. But it was momentarily, I woke up and I went, what was that? And I looked at the rope and I looked at the wire was snapped. Because the next day we had a wire on there that would hold like an elephant, you know.
Sure.
The wire went from that big to like that big.
Probably smart. Yeah.
And
it's worked.
But you know, the next time I did it, there was never a moment when you did that where when that floor drops out, it takes your breath a little bit. You go, because there's that moment of, oh, okay, I'm okay, I'm all right. And it's the same thing with the guillotine. Tonight when he's the one that pulls the thing.
Wow.
You know, there's that moment of going, die, die, die. As soon as I hear that thing going, I'm going, and then, you know, I've died, okay, Okay.
Last one for you. It says in Wikipedia that you call the hand-to-hand.
I was 204.
Still impressive.
And I'm pretty impressive when it comes to I was scratched for a while, and there was a moment in the early 90s where I went, how weird would it be for Alice to be to actually get on the tour. Alice Cooper playing against these guys, and then you realize when you do play with them, it's the difference between here and here. You might shoot 72, maybe even 71, maybe 70. These guys, if you can't shoot 68 every day, you should be up there. And, you know, I might have that great laugh, 76, 77, you're gone. So you can't play with those guys unless you know you can shoot 68 every day, or you won't stick around. But I thought, you know, if I took 2 years off and worked just with Ledbetter or playing with any of these guys, it's all short game. If I got my short game down, my cutting down, I'd be able to actually play for a couple years on the tour. You know, and that would be really interesting because I would have worn the makeup. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. If you can wear the makeup, the hair, and the thing, and shoot 68, what am I gonna say? You're a hero. Well, not that, but you become the guy. You become the draw.
Absolutely.
You know, win a couple tournaments and it's over. I mean, you know, you're there forever. You're a legend forever.
Hey everyone, Graham from Loudwire here, and it's Wikipedia Fact or Fiction time. An episode you've been asking for a long time. M Shadows, thank you so much,
What's up, man?
It's great to have you here. Thank you so much for sitting down with me.
Of course.
So, this very day, I went on to Avenged Sevenfold Wikipedia, your Wikipedia, albums, songs, all that stuff. Pulled out some things. Tell me if it's fact or fiction.
Okay.
So first off, Matthew Charles. They did get that wrong. So where was it? That's also okay, so we'll trust the person with the feelings. Okay, fair. Okay, so a little bit of fiction. It says that you began singing and rock and heavy metal music really grew as you learned to play the guitar.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's like a nuanced little statement there, I guess. 'Cause
Okay.
It's like, right? I was into Guns N' Roses, Guns N' Roses, but yeah, wanted to purchase it, obviously.
Okay, so the interest in rock, you were singing, but then that
I was definitely not singing.
you weren't even singing.
No.
Okay.
I didn't want to sing, man. I got so cigarette.
When did you All right, so I guess you didn't start singing at very like it said here. So okay, here's some fiction. Wikipedia says that you can play the
I wish that was true.
Nice. Okay. Thought that may have been maybe in the high school. Exactly.
I want to so cool.
Wikipedia cites Guns N' Roses, and it says that Slash 99, along with Zachy Vengeance, the Rev, and Matt Went, all of whom you knew from middle school. That's all true. Tell me about Matt Went. I feel like I know nothing about him or anything about him.
So Matt Went was a good friend of ours that was into all the punk rock we were into and all the bands, and he's just one of our best friends. Played sports with him, played music with him growing up, and then at some point he decided that he was going to go to college. We actually saw Matt Went a couple months ago on our last tour. He came up to the San Francisco show with his wife, and he's awesome. He's got his family, and he's doing politics, and he's doing his thing, and he's it's awesome. It was good to see him.
Cool, I guess it worked out for him.
Yeah.
That's cool. It says that Sounding the Seventh Trumpet was recorded for just $2,000, and the Rev recorded all his drums in just 1 day. All true. So, I guess that's the first time that you did a true recording with the Rev. Obviously, you knew how talented he was. Were you still blown away that he was able to do it all in 1 day?
No, because we just knew Jimmy.
You
It was
just-
just him. It was just like, that's him. It's like, and he was, and by the end there was like mistakes, and he just wouldn't redo them because he was going to ruin his 1 take.
Oh, man. So he really wanted to be that 1 take guy.
Yeah, and as you hear the record, a lot of the new songs on the record. And
It said that you decided that you didn't want to scream shortly after finishing the Sound of the Seventh Trumpet. Of course,
that was a hard decision. It's so easy. It's so easy. And then on the next one, he said,
you're credited as Shadow, credited as Sister Gates, G-A-Y-T, and it says on Wikipedia that it's the stage name of God.
so Sinister Gates definitely wanted to do it. And then I saw it in Prince, he said,
Okay, so he was obviously aware of it. And like, thought it was funny at the time. And then he sees this and he's like, this is a little piece of that was inspired by Broadway shows and the animated video of songs, but due to the songs being controversial subject matter, Warner Brothers was registered to the
You're going to do a quick poem. We didn't think they would get it. That's why, you know what I mean? Like, we thought we were gonna hand that in there and be like, what are you guys thinking?
It says the single Nightmare was digitally released on May 18th, 2010. A preview for the song was released on May 6th on Amazon, but was removed soon after for unknown.
Oh, I remember that. We were in Mexico, and I remember. But all of so far. And since then, I have been doing this.
Exactly. You're thinking yourself. Last one for you. Here's the stage event Sevenfold's first concept. Nightmare was planned to be a concept.
I feel like there's really no like inherent things that can all fit together. But I feel like it's conceptual.
Nightmare was supposed to be like
Such a that's what we got.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Go get the stage if you haven't gotten it. Deluxe edition and also live Grammy Music at Shaz. Done this with you before, Judas Priest. A few years back. Yes, exactly. We found out a few very interesting facts tonight. And one fact that we proved on Wikipedia was that you worked in a very specific type of cinema.
The porno cinema.
It was a porno cinema. And it didn't say that on Wikipedia, so I just think Rob Halford was the manager of just a regular old cinema, and he's telling me stories about the porno.
That was really a lot of my life. You know, desperate times, desperate. Don't pay the bills, and so I just it was interesting. Meet some interesting people. That was before the internet. Before the internet's private cell phone, satellite TV. So that was
Absolutely. So, Rob, you already know how this works. Sammy, I pulled some stuff from Wikipedia today. You guys can prove if it's fact or fiction and elaborate if you would like. So, first of all, Robert John Arthur Halford Sutton Fielding.
correct.
That's correct. Okay,
Yeah,
very
that's
good.
correct. That was too easy.
Well, it's going to get harder, I promise. Samuel Roy Avon, named after your maternal grandfather, Sylvius.
This is true.
That's true. What did Wikipedia say you told me earlier that it's a
Lebanese.
Lebanese, yes. I didn't pull that out, but you told me in the green room that that was not true.
It's not true. I'm not Lebanese. I'm not like anti-Lebanese or anything. Listen, I have no Lebanese blood in me. And for some reason, the Lebanese have adopted me as being the most famous Lebanese Well, it's a beautiful thing.
Very good.
You're probably the only rock star in Lebanon.
And I've been offered crazy money to come over and do privates in Lebanon. And I'm going, first of all, I'm not going to Lebanon for any reason. You know,
Just now.
and I'm not Lebanese. And it's so funny. I'm Irish and Italian, like half the Americans.
So that's why we do this, because it's always Rob,
Must be my nose.
Rob, it says that your early influences included soul screamers such as Little Richard, Janis Joplin, and Robert Plant, absolutely, and some earlier bands that you sang. Athens Wood.
That's right. I have no idea what that means.
Okay, so that's
It's like a hippie tricky, drops of acid.
Oh, but it was a
Not
band.
that I've ever dropped any acid. But it seemed like the Afghan cards,
Also, Praxis.
What is that? Abraxas? You said nice. Probably you say to on the music you did, but at least it's got some intrigue and I gotta say, I didn't know any of these names. Athens Wood, Abraxas. Are we gonna get to Lord Lucy?
No, we have Hiroshima.
We have Hiroshima. We were just trying to have a name specific, which was very very loud.
Okay. Sammy, it says that you fronted your first ever band, Fabulous Destiny, when you were 20.
I was younger then. I was like 14.
Okay, I don't know why I would say
Fabulous Castile. By 20, I was almost a Montrose.
I would say that would be a very, very late start for someone who has band. All right, so there's some fiction on Rob, although you're able to play several instruments, bass, harmonica, keyboard, and keys, it says you do not consider yourself enough of an accomplished instrumentalist to play while performing on stage. Fiction. Okay.
No, I'm absolute rubbish when it comes to that.
Oh,
Rubbish.
okay.
You know, I love to play guitar when I watch Sammy play.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know how guitarists can sing and play at the same time. It's like doing that thing with your head in your hand. You know, I think it takes incredible skill. I went and saw Metallica recently, and watching what James does. You know, with so much concentration and the intensity that you guys put out, it's tremendously skilled musicianship. The thing is with me, I just have I can't concentrate on stuff very long in terms of learning stuff, you know. So pick up the guitar, yeah, I'm really going to learn how to play guitar, and then 10 minutes later it's back on the internet. But it's something that I still use occasionally to get a riff down.
Okay.
For example, if I think of a riff, I don't know whether you do this, Sammy. Do you when you hear a song in your head, maybe a riff or something, you transpose that to the guitar and you get the sound.
No. No, for me, I get inspired. I pick up a guitar and I just start playing, and then I hear something. I usually don't hear something. I pick up the guitar. Occasionally. But for me, I get inspired by the instrument, and that's the only reason why I really love to play guitars, because it does inspire me to write things. But like you said, it's hard to play guitar and sing at the same time. So I became one of those guys who goes, you hit a big chord, you sing, and you hit another chord, and then you sing. I don't do all these things and sing at the same, like James. And there's guys out there that don't do that. Not me.
Rob, did you write any riffs on the guitar for this new album?
Richie goes back up instead of back
Richie is Sammy, it said a mechanic is the one thing
This is true. When he was working on Eddie had a Lamborghini and I had a Ferrari at the same shop. And he was looking at my car saying, you should get him into the band, you know. And Eddie says, you got his phone number? And he called me from the office, right there from a mechanic's office. Seriously.
All right, so that's true.
How stupid my life is. Crazy shit happens.
What amazing circumstance that is, right?
It's like, hello?
Rob, the Rockarola producer, Roger Bain, chose to leave fan favorites from the band's live set, such as Tyrant, Genocide, and The Ripper, off the album.
See, this is a really good question because when we went through the first record, 72. Thank you. Always asking back. See, I thought so that's a very good question. I would have to go probably to Susan. Ian remembers everything. So I'll have to
So, it's yeah, pretty much. Sammy, I never say goodbye album. 10 days of contractual obligations. Interesting.
It was. I owed them one more record, Geffen, on my record deal, and when I was asked to join Van Halen, and we got together secretly and actually made 5150 before anyone really knew. We had it like 90% done, so then we had to negotiate with the record company to be able to do it. David Geffen, being the smart man he is, took good advantage of it. He got another free record out of me, and we didn't have to share it. All this great stuff. And got out of the first Van Halen record, which was record. And he made himself a but it's true. Yeah, I had the songs with him. I was ready to do a solo record with Van Halen. Yeah, I'd say it was Eddie Van Halen playing bass, my longtime drummer David Hauser playing drums, and keyboard player Jesse Holmes, and myself. Confident wasn't like trying to teach me how to play, so I got Eddie Van Halen on bass over the show.
So it went very smooth.
Yeah, it went real quick. And then just us. We didn't do a big job of promotion. It was fun. That record was really. I love that record. You have to live on it. Eagles Fly. Yeah, 10 days. And that was too long.
Rob says Killing Machine because the title Hell Back for Leather in the United States in early 1970 was the U.S. branch of Acid Medicine, not that these murderous explanations of the Killing Machine title.
I don't think that's all it's about. It's all about as it turned out, Melbourne was the best I still use the course, that's what the label chose to do. So it worked in our advantage. I think we kept the same artwork, which was better than what happened to Point of Entry. But yeah, so that's a fact. That's a fact.
Thank you so much. Another one for Rob. Tip the band recording British Steel at Tip Rehearsal Bar, which is the home of the Star. So the breaking glass segment breaking the law, the band used milk bonnets instead of milk bonnets to the morning and various sounds and God to what
Roll, baby. They didn't want the edge.
very rock and roll.
See, I don't remember this because I remember the guys going back to the pub. And that's what we So we did that. Meant the gods better been a slave to me. So that's what that is. And then the actual marching of the road Today's world is classic machine. In those days, you just fucking studio. Somebody has an idea how we do a huddle, and then we need some noise of forks. It sounds crazy, but that's what we did on British Steel.
Sammy, it says on Wikipedia that you disagreed with the decision to record 2 Van Halen tracks for the soundtrack to the film Twister, after the band had agreed to take time off following your 1995 world tour.
I didn't disagree with doing 2 tracks for Twister. I disagreed with doing 2 new tracks for Greatest Hits record, because we had never done one at that time, and I didn't think that we should be cashing in yet. I thought we still had another good record of us, and everybody wanted to just do, not everyone, the new manager came in and wanted to listen to Greatest Hits record, both Dave's and my, and then 2 new songs for me, not to my knowledge at the time, but then 2 new songs from Dave, which never happened at the time, so we ended up just the 2 new songs from Dave. And we ended up using another one for Twister. It kind of, that was because I wanted to do a whole record. I wanted to do a since we didn't think anything was.
Okay, so there was never a version
That was fun. No. The song for the movie, that's just fun. I like soundtracks. Sometimes soundtracks, people look at them like it's just quick money. Well, you can make really good money if it's successful. Like Footloose, I had a song on Footloose. It was unbelievably successful for the amount of money that I made for that one song, and I did it in 5 minutes. And so they could be successful like that, but that wasn't the reason. Movies give you kind of like can expand you a little bit. And at that time, MTV was going away. We didn't have MTV for Top 40 radio. We were done with that. They were playing Van Halen track. And so it was kind of like, this song was a big movie. We got a song, a little more exposure to a new audience. That was okay, but the 2 songs were for Greatest Hits record, which I was against. It seems like that kind of really broke the band. We're going to do it without you. Great. No, well, we were ready to break. It was like, pretty rough. I've had worse relationships with old girlfriends.
Listen to that. Okay, we'll count that one as fiction. We're with the Tornado movie.
It's a great movie. I was on recently on Freeform. I think it's still Freeform.
The song was badass though when it came on. That riff just came out. So I like that song. I should put that song in my set.
Can they really withstand an F5 tornado by holding onto a pole and
but that's what's so cool about it. It looks to be, it's just like fun. Twister, I watched it for the first time in like 10 years or more. I'm like, a bit cheesy, but it's still good.
For sure. Rob Halford and Sammy Hagar talking about Twister. Only here.
That's the movie, not the game.
Yeah.
Right.
We'll bust that out later.
I missed that. I was slow on that one. That's good.
Rob, Wikipedia says that you've been clean and sober all the way since 1986.
Yes, I have.
Very good. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. And all those years gone don't matter, you know. That's what's happening now. Yeah. That's the question. That was the question.
No, that was just
that's it. Well, I'll just do a bit for each. Because you know, recently we've lost beautiful people in the music business, and it's a tragedy when you think of the incredible talent that we've lost. So, any opportunity that I think any of us have a chance to speak out, so if you're having a struggle, if you're having any difficulties, or something, to reach out to talk. The biggest hurdle is
Really wonderful. And of course, we're glad to have you here. Sam, I Can't Drive 55 was inspired by an actual time you were pulled over by a cop in New York.
True. The long story version is I was on a vacation and my family, and I went to Africa and all the safaris and all this stuff. I was gone for 2 months, and I came home and I traveled for 24 hours straight to get to New York. And I got to New York at 2 o'clock in the morning. I had a house in Lake Placid, a log cabin, so I was going to take a little break from the travel. So I rented a car at 2 o'clock in the morning. Got driving 62 miles an hour down a 4-lane road with not a car anywhere except a cop. And he says, man, I said, man, I was only going 62 miles an hour. He's going, well, we give tickets for 62 miles an hour. I said it to myself, and I kind of, like you said, I had a tape recorder always, you know, in my bag here. And wrote an instant mess. And it sounded like a gimmick song. It's only that drives me nuts about having that as one of your biggest solo hits is that it sounds like it's a gimmick, but it was really a true story. So, I mean, this is true. It was like, I was really pissed. While I was gone, they changed the speed limit from 65 to 55. I didn't know, and I wouldn't care anyway. 55 is just not a very good speed, you know. It takes a long time to get places. So, yeah, I've always had that problem. And I know Rob's a car guy, but I'm going to talk to him about that later.
Yeah, I love to drive fast. I can't drive slow.
You must have been very stealthy with that tape recorder, because these days everyone pulls something out of their pocket in front of a cop, they have a problem.
That's true. I didn't have a problem.
Okay. Rob, it says that you said that that ran it down was harmed by the inclusion of Lee Johnson, which you called Sydney.
No.
False.
We were in studios in PUK, which is an amazing way to start a studio facility. The Danish countryside, which is an incredible setup. You saw the pictures of this place. I'm trying to think. Was it Buffy the Vampire Slayer? That's what it was. That's what it I love that. It's always great. Sammy when you present it with classic rock and roll song. Can't touch this. And then there's intrigue. It's a very good turn.
I would be very surprised if it I don't think I've ever heard to disparage you. Our last question for today is for Sam. Sam, this is kind of a wild one. It says on Wikipedia that you had a paranormal experience in the past. You were awakened by your estranged father, who angrily sent him away, and moments later, there was a loud knocking on your door. When you opened the door, it was a man made plea that your father had passed away earlier that night.
True story. Yeah, it was the weirdest thing that ever happened to me, and it's not like that at the time. I was a good believer. Of course, now I know a lot of things have happened to us, but yeah, it was really strange. Somebody in my dream, then I answered the door. My father, he was young, and he was really crazed, and he was a street person at that time. He was living in the streets, and I hadn't seen him for a few years. And I made him leave because he was acting crazy, and I had my brand new baby boy, Aaron, who was 7 years old now, so it's 45 years ago. But anyway, long story short, I thought I went back to bed, and somebody knocked out the door. I went, and it was my bandmates who all lived in an apartment next to us, the Justice Brothers, and I said, hey, I got a phone call from your sister. And man, that is all I can say is that anything that, if I said I could go back in time and change one thing, I would have let him in. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, he was knocking on my door. What if I'd have let him in? I got goosebumps from head to toe right now. You know, just wonder what that would have been like. You know, but a very strange experience. And no one's ever explained it to me. So I've talked to many people in that realm of their business, and they, things like that happen, of course. We'll do one next one. But this whole thing about
I'll be looking forward to it. Everybody, please give a hand.
You're a brave man.
Please give a hand for these gentlemen. Absolute legends, Sammy Hagar, Rob Halford. I cannot wait to hear you both perform tonight at the awards. One more time for these guys. Thank you so much.
Hey guys, what's going on? We're August Madrid, and you're watching Loudwire.
Hey everyone, Graham from Loudwire here. Wikipedia fact checker for the time episode that you've been asking. has Wikipedia pages, songs, the albums, etc. It got some stuff that made me suspect. It only had info on 2 of you specifically, so I believe Jacob and Lord no? They do get it wrong.
That would have been great.
Greenville, South Carolina.
That's incorrect.
That's in the sea. What's correct?
I was born in Montclair, New Jersey.
Yeah, quite a while away.
Yeah.
And
Way off.
all right, and Matthew Renier, born in Renier? Really? I was thinking of Adrian. In Mannheim, Pennsylvania. That's correct. Very good. Okay, so they got it like halfway. It said Matt Holmes. That's true. What was that like?
Honestly, homeschooling was great for me personally because I had just a good that I would have never had. I'm a pretty driven person and independent, and so I wanted to get up early, get my school done, so that I could go work and ride your bike, skate, I was pretty outgoing, and so I interacted with the local community. And because of that, at a football game, I met some friends who were good friends, which is the reason I'm in the band, I started the band. And so homeschooling was kind of like a conduit to me getting into the band I did, because I had no time.
It says August Burns Red was founded in March 2003 in Mark High School, and the original practice sessions of the band began in Matt's egg house, his family's farm. Well, I just love the image of playing in a band surrounded by chickens and eggs in a farmhouse. I love that.
We did practice in an egg room. There were chickens not in the room with us.
No,
There were chickens in the room next to us.
Okay,
No,
okay.
they were there. I think a large portion of that is true. JB, you weren't still in high school. You were
Yeah, I was in college when the band started. I was a freshman. Everyone else was
in high school.
We actually started practicing in egg.
Yes.
Refrigerator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It wasn't cold when we were there.
Yeah, it wasn't being used anymore. It was a refrigerator spot.
Yeah. Yeah, 'cause it was warm.
Because we could practice late at night and not make a lot of noise to disturb because it was this heavy floor. I mean, it was kind of silly.
The echoing in that thing was great.
It stank in there.
Sheets on the ceiling because were they rats or were they mice?
Yeah,
There was debris falling, so we hung sheets, and then mice found their way off.
debris.
Yeah, debris.
It goes about to rock. It's a parody of the Southern rock and metal piece that was inspired by a riff that you guys would play during band practice.
And it's surprisingly accurate.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, the riff was just a dumb riff we jam and practice.
And Jake would just freestyle vocally.
And it was during the time where like that Southern metal vibe was like kind of booming, like that band Maybe and Sons of Disaster.
Vulcan.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah.
Valentine or whatever.
It was like it was
Kind of like
Under Oath kind of did it for a bit. Yeah.
but didn't like it very much. So I hated
Wikipedia says Josh McManus Huskin was part of the band in 2006 because they were exhausted by the constant.
The second part is not true. You want to know why? That Josh Smith one tour with the band. So to say is exhausting in a constant touring. No.
Okay.
But he is a good. Josh McManus is also, Josh McManus. They are.
somehow they
Somehow after leaving August Burns Red, they're still good people. Josh McManus developed the refugee education program at the School of Lancaster, which is sick. Yeah.
But he could have stayed.
But he
in
could have To the next question is going to the.
You've been touching me this whole time.
Real touchy.
It says August worked right. First trip to the Middle East took place in March 2009. Band playing in Dubai.
Yes, that's true.
What constellation is to fly with? Yeah. That's the only record I've ever taken a break to go play a show for.
That's gotta be amazing. Being, just over 5-6 years of your career, and then getting to play the Middle East. From the egg house to the Middle East. I mean, that's super cool.
Yeah, we went skiing and snowboarding indoors ski slope. Yeah, that's awesome.
That place is amazing. The song Indonesia was made in an tribute to David Clapper, a missionary who died in a plane crash in Indonesia. That's true. Is he someone you knew personally?
Family relation, second cousin. So yeah, I wasn't really too close to them because he had at that point spent a lot of time over there. He flew bushman, so there are small tribes there like Papua New Guinea, Indonesia. Just in general, there's a lot of small tribes, very isolated. And he had his pilot's license, and he would fly people from the remote tribe to get help at a hospital in a bigger city. And on one of these trips to pick people up, I guess he kind of got blown into the side of a mountain. Big storm blew over, and he died in the plane accident. And so the song is, obviously directly about that, but it's more so about surrendering your will to do what is most comfortable or what is easiest in life. Sometimes to do a greater good. So the song has a line something like, "The white on this flag brings colors to shame. White flag, surrender." Right. So. He was a great person, and I still see his son often. He lives right down the street from me. They have a farm, and his son is now flying single-engine Cessnas oftentimes over. So it's pretty cool. But I want to say too, we went to Indonesia one time, and we played that song, and it was so sweet because it was very well received. People knew the song really well. I guess they really appreciate the fact that there was a song there. And they knew the lyrics to it, so it was neat.
Identity. The song itself lyrically was based on the coming out of your friends.
True.
That's true.
Yeah, it's coming out of a relative.
Oh, okay, relative.
Yeah. And something's about just how it's obviously a scary situation, but in the end, I mean, you think you do what things you have to do, and you be able to live life. You see that being very important. I think I would portray that song and having lots of Christian people and just obviously to that. But yeah, I got that story in her. 29 she did it, so he knew she was 13, so
One of your relatives, I'm guessing, since you answered the question. Yeah. Okay, cool. Rescue and Restore. One of the lyrical influences came from grief at the death of a loved one, but it didn't say
that probably be Chad. Jake wrote that one. Yeah.
That was actually a mixture of different things. I personally wrote one of them. Dustin's, I think it was Bird. Yeah. Right. Well, there was Singer from the Ghost Inside. Now I'm having a brain fart. Vigil, I believe it was his brother that may have, he had talked to me about his brother passing on and how that was a big issue for him and just like a struggle and his feelings towards that. And then, and really the idea of that whole song is to take basically, you know, what those people who are close to you, what they've given you, the good, and to carry that on into your life and share with other people,
Congratulations,
so
you
that-
beat the twins,
that
and this
maybe that
time,
person has
it's
passed
2 for
on,
1.
but their teachings
get
and
2
their
new cars
wisdom and
and mods in
encouragement
your
and
garage.
love is still here on this earth and being used to better other people around you, you know, so that you can still honor them and honor their name through what they taught you and what they showed you and certain things about people. So I think for me, one of those was like a spiritual, faith-based thing, and then, you know, a couple people were talking to me about the people that they lost.
Last one for you guys. It says, while the group has stated they don't mind being classified